Good evening, everyone. My name is Trisha Bart. I'm a Young Living Gold, and I make my home in Spokane, Washington. We have a wonderful group of ladies on with us tonight who've just been sharing some of their experiences using oils for emotional support. And one of the common threads, some of the favorites that I heard, I think I heard lavender, stress away, frankincense, peace and calming, valor. I think I heard those from just one of those from just about everybody. And those are some of my favorites too. Actually, when I first started using essential oils in 2007, I started with a protocol to support me emotionally with lavender on the soles of the feet at night, valor on the soles of my feet in the morning. I put harmony on my energy centers, and then white angelica, kind of like my shield before I went out in the day. And it was so interesting to me that about, oh gosh, maybe not even 2 months after I started using the oils, a very dear friend of mine who I worked with said to me, "Gee, Trisha, you're so much nicer to be around." And I thought, that's kind of one of those backhanded compliments, isn't it? But I started to realize that the oils were helping me shift. It felt like my heart was being broken open in a positive way. And so I understood what she meant. And I use valor on my feet every morning to this day. I love putting frankincense over my heart, giving my girls a rub, the abdomen, everything. I love frankincense in the morning. Stress Away is on my wrists almost every day, several times throughout the day. So the oils can provide such support for us emotionally. I have a little PowerPoint that I'm going to share with you. And let's see, there it is. So this evening, we're going to focus on balancing healthy emotions. And the reason we put it that way is because when it comes to our essential oils, we're talking about a lifestyle here. So we're not talking about diagnosing, prescribing, treating, curing disease. Please, if you have a medical condition, seek appropriate medical care. When it comes to our oils, I like to talk about optimum wellness. And when I help people learn about the Young Living lifestyle, I like to talk about 3 simple steps to optimum wellness. And I will say that this is actually very apropos our conversation tonight about emotions, because our emotions are actually energy in motion. And all the research shows us that emotions can impact us physically, right? But it may work the other way as well. It's kind of hard to know chicken before the egg when it comes to our emotions. So if your body is kind of wavering on that wellness line, you may find that emotionally you're struggling as well, or vice versa. So if we talk about optimum wellness as a place to start, you will probably find that your emotions will come into balance as well. So those 3 simple steps. The first step is what I call ditch and switch. It's kicking the toxic chemicals to the curb. We are exposed to so many toxins in our life through personal care products, household care products, not to mention all the environmental toxins. And when I say kicking the chemicals or the toxins to the curb, I mean everything that goes in, on, around your body. And that also means toxic relationships. So this is certainly emotional, right? So anything that impacts you from the outside, you want to kick to the curb. Young Living makes it super easy to kick toxic personal and household care products to the curb. And perhaps some of the emotional support that you'll learn about tonight will help you enhance some of those relationships that are maybe less than ideal for you. So that's step 1. Super simple to get a clean, green, really incredibly frugal cleaning product that you can use anywhere in your home. Young Living has a full line of skincare, hair care, all of that. So that one's super simple. You may need to break it up and do it over several months. But for me, I when I got started, boom, did it right from the beginning. And so I noticed changes pretty quickly. That 2-month window when that friend said, "You're nicer to be around," I think it was because I chose to kick those chemicals out of my life. And I knew that they were impacting me. I used to be down for the count after cleaning my bathroom. I would be physically ill after cleaning my bathroom with the traditional household care products that I would buy at my grocery store. So I don't have that problem anymore. And it's so simple to make that switch. The second step is to green your insides. So the first step, green your outsides. Second step, green your insides. This is allowing your body to accept some beautiful nutrition. I highly recommend the Young Living products, but this also includes hydrating yourself. So we say about 50% of your body weight in ounces of water per day. That's clean water. You know, in most communities, that means having to filter your water in some way. I'm not an expert in telling you, you know, is it triple reverse osmosis? Is it some kind of gravitation device that sits on your counter? I encourage you to do your own research on that. But clean water is vital. Getting a great night's sleep. That's also part of greening the insides. This is where our lavender essential oil can really help. We have a lot of great oils that can help you get a good night's sleep. Lavender is in that starter kit that many of us got started with. So that can be a big help. I also encourage you to explore Ningxia Red, our Digest Vitality Essential Oil. Those two products together can be a simple, gentle, effective way to cleanse every system in your body. So start by drinking 1 to 2 ounces of Ningxia Red every day for 30 days. Put a couple of drops of the Digest Vitality Essential Oil in a capsule. Take that with your ounce of Ningxia Red in the morning and see how you feel after 30 days. You may feel that you need to do some additional cleansing. Our cleansing trio is a beautiful combination of products. You want to start with Comfort Tone and use that product until you're having 2 healthy bowel movements a day. You didn't know emotions were going to be about that, did you? And then you want to add in the ICP, which is a fiber product. And we do need to take enzymes with just about every meal, at least 2 meals during the day. And the Essential Zymes 4 or Essential Zymes product are both wonderful for supporting you nutritionally. So that's the cleansing trio. If you feel that you need some additional cleansing after that, we have specific products for that. And there are more detailed protocols for cleansing the systems of the body. But the first step is always getting that digestion going, okay? That proper channel of elimination for your body. And do it gradually. Start with some Ningxia Red and Digest. You're going to love it. And then the third step is support for specific systems of the body with our nutritional products. If you feel that, let's say, kidney and bladder need some additional support, use our K&B tincture. Rehemagen, a beautiful product for supporting digestion too, not just the blood. So we have a number of nutritional products that are really incredible. And then it's just lather, rinse, and repeat. And you may find that as you lift the burdens from your body by greening the outsides, greening the insides, you may find that emotionally you just feel more balanced. And I encourage you, while you're doing these simple steps, to engage in a protocol, like Becca mentioned with the Feelings Kit, using those oils every day for 30 days. Do that while you're doing some of these other simple steps and see how you feel. All right. So let's talk for a moment about what are essential oils. Most of you have been with Young Living long enough, you know what essential oils are, but they have been used for thousands of years by people all around the world to help support the body physically, mentally, emotionally. And they're usually extracted from plant material through steam distillation, cold pressing. Some are tapped directly from the tree. Some are extracted from the resin of the tree, like our beautiful frankincense. They are volatile, which means that they will evaporate easily. Not that they're going to explode on you, but that they will evaporate easily. I know we're talking about emotions, right? So it's not that friend that just goes poof. They just evaporate. So you want to keep that cap on them tightly. There are generally 3 ways that we use our essential oils. We use them aromatically and topically, and those are our traditional colored labels. This is Stress Away. Beautiful in a diffuser, beautiful topically. I like to wear a diffuser jewelry. This is another way to keep your oils with you throughout the day. And we can also use them internally with our Vitality line. And when you use essential oils internally, again, go slowly. There's no need to drink or take excessive amounts of essential oils internally. A drop or 2 is really incredibly effective. I do like to take essential oils internally every day. I love to use our Longevity Vitality Oil with some Copaiba Vitality Oil in a capsule every day. There's a beautiful product called Inner Defense to help support your immune system, especially at this time of year. So we're focusing particularly on ways to help us feel balanced through winter and the holiday season. So we're going to move into a little bit more about essential oils and emotions. Essential oils can help inspire a positive emotional state. Think about a fresh orange when you just stick your thumb in and it spurts out at you that beautiful fresh aroma, and you can just put a smile on your face. That is the essential oil from the plant. Those aromas are complex and they may trigger emotions and memories. We'll talk about why in just a second, but they can help you rediscover your own sense of peace, balance, and joy. So why can we have this effect from our essential oils? Because the essential oils, the molecules in the essential oils will travel right up through the nose to the limbic system of the brain. And the limbic system is the part of the brain that controls emotions and feelings. And it's sometimes called the emotional switchboard of the brain. So we can have this immediate impact of our essential oils. It's so interesting that the sense of smell actually does not need to be processed by the brain for us to experience it. We actually experience it before the brain recognizes it. Very, very powerful. So essential oils can have a pretty immediate effect on your emotional state. And I've heard it said that when you're feeling, let's say, in a negative emotional state or a less positive emotional state, the oils have an ability to kind of lift you up, even more so than, let's say, if you're in a positive emotional state. The impact won't be quite as dramatic, let's say, as when you're in a less positive state of mind. So I'm going to pause this. There we go. So I want to open this up to all of you for a second. And before we get into the specific conversation about some essential oils for specific emotions, when we go back to that idea, those 3 steps, are there some techniques that you personally like to use to help you feel more balanced as you head into the holiday season, winter? What are some of the things that you like to do to help you stay uplifted? It might even be things that you do throughout the year. Would anyone like to share?
I'll start.
Okay, Liz.
I don't really do anything, I don't think special, but I just make sure that when I'm especially not feeling well emotionally well, or like when it's cloudy all the time, I make sure that I definitely use my oils every day. Because every once in a while, you might forget 1 or 2 and, just not think of it. But I definitely make sure in the wintertime that I have my oils out, and that's just part of my morning routine. I brush my teeth, or I, take my shower and then put on the oils, whether I really think I need them or not. I just do them. I just make that part of my habit, and I know that my body is going to benefit from that, whether or not I'm thinking about it or not.
Yeah, I notice when I don't put my oils on. If I forget, then within around lunchtime, I'm like, why am I feeling so draggy? Or, gosh, I feel kind of cranky. And I realized that I might have forgotten to put on my oils that morning. Anyone else have techniques that they like to use to help them feel balanced emotionally?
I do. I actually put a blend in my roller bottle so that I can use my oils on my feet or my spine, or however I think, I need it for that day.
Mm-hmm.
And another cool thing I figured out was the new Desert Essence diffuser has all these cool light functions, and there's one that looks just like the golden little sun sitting on my counter. So that helps a lot.
Yeah, I love this Desert Mist diffuser. You can't really see the colors very well on my camera tonight, but it cycles through several different colors, and it's really quiet. I love that about it. So you can turn off the light if you don't want the light on, and it has an on-off function, or like a I'm not going to get the words right, but it'll cycle on for like 30 seconds and off for 30 seconds, or 5 minutes and 5 minutes. So yeah, it's a really nice diffuser. Yeah, yeah. Well, I know for me personally, and sometimes this is absolutely the hardest thing to do when you're feeling a little draggy emotionally, is getting out, getting up and out of the house, walking around the block. I've heard it said by doctors that may be one of the most effective ways to help alter your mood. Of course, these are people that don't necessarily use essential oils, so they don't know the power of what we have, but some physical activity. There may be some days when, the best you're going to get is getting out of bed. Maybe you get some clothes on that day, maybe you get your teeth brushed, but let's face it, we all have those times in our life where things can just be very, very challenging. So finding a way to get yourself moving a little bit, maybe meditation is helpful for you. For me personally, affirmations, being mindful of my language is so, so important. If you're not familiar with Louise Hay and her book, Heal Your Body, or her film, You Can Heal Your Life, it's really powerful. This work will help you shift. Sometimes we play these just not helpful tapes in our head about who we are and what we can and can't do. And we need to reprogram that, because we are divine creatures. We are divine expressions of love manifest, right? So if you're telling yourself junk all the time, you need to reprogram that tape. The oils can help you do it. They can help you shift that. It also needs to be a conscious choice from you. So now that I added some of those techniques, has anyone thought of some other things that they like to do? Yeah, Leslie.
Okay, I don't know if anybody's heard of the books by Doreen Virtue, the Angel books. Angels 101, everybody should have. It's an awesome book. She has probably dozens. They're not expensive. I think they run, and you can buy them used too, about an average of 10 to 12 bucks a book. But they're very inspirational. But they have really helped me a lot to get through some troubling times. And I'd start with Angels 101.
Nice, cool, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have a gratitude journal? So this is a powerful technique. When we focus on the things that we are grateful for, even if it's just a small thing, maybe a friend called you that day, being able to express gratitude for anything in our life will help lift us up. Also, finding ways to be of service to others, taking the focus off of ourselves and whatever tape it is we're playing for ourselves. When we can put the focus on someone else in a positive way, I find for me personally that really helps me lift myself up. Any other thoughts that you'd like to share with us? Yeah, Wendy. There you go.
Okay. I've been downloading some books by Wayne Dyer. He just has a lot of information on manifesting, and that's really helped me a lot. I just listen to the audiobooks when I'm running around or whenever, but it just really helps to turn the spin around and, like you said, off of yourself, and onto everybody around you.
Well, we were actually so fortunate at convention a few years ago to have Dr. Wayne Dyer as one of our keynote speakers. It was a very, very special year. He had been using our essential oils for a short period, at least a year before he came to speak with us, and he called our essential oils drops of God in a bottle. And I thought, yeah, he gets it. He really gets it. And a technique that he shared with us is, as you're falling asleep at night, give yourself 5 I ams. I'm sorry, that's my East Coast. Sorry, ladies. I am what I am. Your I ams are powerful statements. They are creative statements. So when it comes to your emotions, consider the language that you use. Instead of saying, I am angry, how about I am feeling angry? The same if you have a health challenge. Instead of defining yourself by a diagnosis, think about the language that you use. So when it comes to your feelings, I am feeling something allows it to not define who you are. It acknowledges where you are in that moment, but it doesn't define you as that emotion. So what Dr. Dyer suggested with the 5 I ams as you're falling asleep at night, allow them to be your kind of wish list for yourself. Or again, it can be a gratitude exercise. I am loving. I am kind. I am generous. I am attracting abundance. Whatever it might be for you, allow it to, and because you're just saying it to yourself, no one else is there to judge it. Let it be those things that feed you and fill you up instead of things that tear you down. Because there's so much out there in the world that's going to be working to tear you down. Let this be an opportunity to build yourself up. Let those be the last words in your mind as you drift off to sleep. Create a little mantra for yourself, a little affirmation for yourself with 5 positive I ams as you fall asleep in the evening. All right, so let's go back to this presentation. We're going to get into the emotions themselves. So identifying your emotions. This is an interesting concept from Robert Plutchik. It's a wheel of emotions. He's a psychologist who says that there are 8 basic emotions, and you'll see them around here. Joy, here's joy, trust, fear, surprise, sadness, anticipation, anger, and disgust. And his suggestion is that there is this range on each of these emotions. So for instance, here's rage, here's anger, and as it gets less powerful, it becomes annoyance. Disgust and anger give you contempt. Okay, so he's just giving you an idea of this range of emotions. And I also wanted to share with you a slightly different paradigm about this in a book called Ask and It Is Given by Esther Hicks. This paradigm suggests that you can get a good sense of where you are by how you're feeling. To use your emotions as kind of a spiritual guidance system for yourself. So, you know, the lowest emotions on the scale are fear, grief, depression, despair, powerlessness. And I hope that you haven't experienced those, but most of us have at some point in our life experienced those lowest of lows. And the suggestion in Ask and It Is Given is not to reach for joy, appreciation, passion, enthusiasm immediately from that deepest place, but rather reach for the next higher feeling. So on that list, that would be feelings of maybe insecurity, guilt, unworthiness. Now, we may be thinking, well, those don't sound very good, but they do sound better than depression and fear. And so the idea of reaching for the next higher feeling, and it's not that you want to stay in that place, but help move yourself up. And this book is kind of interesting, this Ask and It Is Given, in that there are actually activities in the book for you. If you happen to be in one of these places, there's a suggestion for an activity to help you move to the next highest feeling. So we go from fear and grief to insecurity, to jealousy, hatred, revenge, anger. Now, people will try to tell you, don't feel your anger, but that's an important emotion. We need to acknowledge it. We just have to allow ourselves to process it and move forward and not act from that place. From anger, moving up is discouragement, to blame, worry, doubt, disappointment, feeling overwhelmed, frustration, pessimism, boredom, contentment, and then we move into what we might think of as the positive emotions: contentment, hopefulness, optimism, positive expectation or belief, enthusiasm, passion, joy. And many of us would love to live in a place of contentment and joy all the time. Maybe that's a personal goal for you. How many of you, I have to ask this question. How many of you, when you first started exploring essential oils, smelled the blend of joy and went, I know I did, right? And you may have heard that statement, oh, well, the ones that you don't like are the ones you need the most. How many of you have heard that statement, right? So in some ways that may be true. I wasn't ready to operate at a frequency of joy when I was first introduced to that oil. I had gunk in my body that I needed to clean out. I needed to shift some things about my lifestyle. And now I'll tell you, I actually really like the aroma of joy, and I'll sometimes even wear it as a perfume. Have any of you felt that kind of shift around joy where you went like, ugh, and now I like joy? Yeah? Anyone? Cool. All right, let's keep going with this. So when we look at this, this wheel of emotions, you'll see they're all tied together, right? He posits that, let's say, grief and ecstasy are opposites of one another, and that maybe grief is the deepest expression of sadness. The intensity of the emotion, the intensity of the emotion decreases as you move outward and increases as you move inward on this wheel. And opposite emotions are found directly across from each other. So let's talk about some essential oils that you can use at any point on this emotional wheel. And this is about helping to balance your natural feelings. This is not addressing mental illness, okay, right? We don't talk about disease. We're not here to diagnose, treat, prescribe, cure disease. But joy, sadness, those are natural emotions. The oils aren't about masking your emotions and hiding them. They're about helping you process. So when you're in a place of joy, what a great time to use some Magnify Your Purpose, man. Put that joy to work for you. If you're in a place of serenity, how about peace and calming? That often helps us feel that serenity. If you're feeling ecstatic, maybe the blend of Awaken, again, to open your mind and your heart to the possibilities. If sadness is a place that you're experiencing, again, perhaps that blend of joy, or some of our citrus oils, orange, the blend of Citrus Fresh. Oh, those citrus oils. I love diffusing them in the winter. Actually, Wendy and I were talking about this the other day. There's just something so bright and uplifting about citrus. So consider that. Grief. We experience grief. It's a natural emotion, and unfortunately, it is part of life. The blend White Angelica or Present Time to help you come into the present and live through your grief. Trust. How lovely. If you're feeling admiration, what a beautiful time to use some gratitude. Some of the oils, Copaiba, forgiveness, harmony, help us feel grounded and present. How beautiful for trust. Acceptance. Well, we have a blend called Acceptance. If you're feeling on that range of disgust, boredom, disgust, loathing, here are some oils that may help you feel more grounded, help you process or balance out those feelings. Celery seed, grounding, frankincense. Love our Frank. Again, if you're feeling fear, that blend of Valor is incredibly helpful. On the soles of the feet, maybe you prefer it over the heart, or you just need to cup it over your mouth and nose and huff it a little bit. You'll also see myrrh. The blend Rutavala, very grounding, relaxing, calming. So if you find yourself in a state of fear, you may want to reach for Rutavala, Sacred Sandalwood, or Helichrysum. And again, on the anger side, there's nothing wrong with feeling anger. Okay, but if you feel that you need a little more balance around it, cinnamon bark. How interesting. That's actually what I've got going in my diffuser right now. I have kind of a fall blend with orange, cinnamon, and clove essential oil. For anger purification, nice to put that right over the liver area. Rage, you might want some trauma life or gathering. And here are some thoughts on anticipation. If you're anticipating something, how wonderful to give over to it. Surrender to this thing that's coming for you. If you're feeling distracted, the blend of 3 wise men may help you feel a little more focused. So these are just some thoughts for you.
We're living
Oops.
in a...
Let me get back to that. I want to start that from the beginning for you. So those are some thoughts for you on several different oils that you might want to try for specific emotions to help you feel more balanced. And this presentation will be available to you. I am recording it, so you can go back and look at this anytime you'd like. And I hope this recording will start from the beginning. This is Gary Young.
We're living in an evolving world, a world that is starting to recognize that emotions and feelings are very real. And emotions or feelings are now even being recognized in the medical world of having a foundation in health. And if there's negative emotions, it can have an eroding effect on the immune system, and that is documented. Likewise, if you have positive emotions, it can have an empowering effect on the immune system. And so with the Feelings Kit, this is a kit that not only is going to enhance and empower you in dealing with things of the past and letting go of limitations that have been caused by negative emotion, negative memories, and anger, but also it will enable you to empower your immune system. Because as you let go of the negative things, your cortisol levels will drop and your immune system will function more efficiently. So it's not just about emotions or feelings, it's about our physical well-being as well.
So I don't know about you, I find that conversation very powerful. I've just been through a time in my life where actually we're still kind of going through it. There's a fair amount of stress in our household right now, and I was really experiencing it physically in my body to the point where I was in a lot of pain. I was experiencing a lot of pain, and it was pretty much all the time. There was nothing physically wrong with my body. I had had x-rays. I was seeing a chiropractor. There was nothing physically wrong, but my emotional life was expressing itself through my body because I wasn't addressing what was going on emotionally. And it was so interesting to me that as soon as my husband and I made some decisions about how to move forward with our life, gosh, those layers started drifting away. The emotional life has come back into balance. The physical body has come back into balance. I'm sleeping again, so I know my cortisol levels are coming back into balance. It's so interesting what, we're this whole organism, right? Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. We can't just think of ourselves as a symptom or an emotional experience. I don't know if any of you would like to share on something like that you've experienced in your own life. I know this can be deeply personal, so don't feel that you have to. But if you'd like to share some thoughts on that, we'd love to hear it. Okay, we'll go back to the presentation, and we're going to talk now specifically about the Feelings Kit. Now, the oils in the Feelings Kit, you'll see Valor 2 is in the Feelings Kit, and Valor 2, Valor, they're both absolutely beautiful oils. Valor 2 smells a little different from Valor, but it is extremely beneficial. The suggestion here is to diffuse it for a calming environment. You see some of the ingredients in there. And I'm actually going to grab my Valor. If you have your Valor, I'm going to walk you through a very simple protocol for using the oils in the Feelings Kit. So I've actually got Valor here. I'm going to take a drop of Valor, and you can either apply it to the soles of your feet, or you can apply it to your wrists and hold your wrists together for a moment. And don't hesitate to huff it a little bit. So Valor, think of Valor as a door and allow it to open you to the process of using your oils to support yourself, support balanced emotions. So Valor is your door. So we start with Valor and we end with Valor. The next oil in this process, and while you're using your Valor, allow it to help you feel sensations of relaxation, grounding, empowerment. The next oil to use in this particular protocol is the blend of Harmony. And Harmony, think of it for harmony with yourself, harmony with others. You'll see, look at all those beautiful oils in there. My goodness, sandalwood, lavender, ylang ylang, frankincense, orange. Again, you would take a drop, rub your palms together. We generally say 3 times clockwise. That's energetic, right? Our oils still have frequency, which is an important point. Each emotion carries a frequency as well. So our oils can help our body do what it needs to do frequency-wise. So you've got that beautiful drop of Harmony. Now you want to hold your hands in each of the energy centers. So, sorry for the dog barking. She's an excitable creature there. You're going to hold your hands in each of the energy centers, starting with the root chakra, which is between your legs. Then the sacral chakra, which is a couple of inches below the belly button. The diaphragm, the heart, the throat chakra, between the eyebrows on the forehead, and the crown of the head. And you'll do this to bring a feeling of balance, again, calming. And I like to do this over a period of time. This is not, you may decide to use this protocol and work your way through it in a few moments. The blends are actually best applied every couple of minutes so that we can experience the benefits from them. So this particular protocol is one that you may actually want to take 2 hours to work your way through. You may find that after you apply the blend of Harmony, you're feeling great and you're done. Put a little Valor on your feet after that to seal the process. If you would like to continue, the next oil is forgiveness, excuse me. And by the way, this just cracks me up. So Harmony was one of the oils. You may remember I said at the beginning, I used lavender and Harmony when I first got started. And those emotional words, stubborn, sarcastic. Yeah, now I know why my friends said you're much nicer to be around. I was pretty good with my New Jersey sarcasm. I moved to the Midwest and said, people don't get sarcasm here. And that's a good thing. Sarcasm is not necessarily a pleasant thing. So it's not surprising that using Harmony helped me release some of that sarcasm, which was part of my upbringing. So forgiveness is a really beautiful blend. And remember that sometimes forgiveness is self-directed, right? It can be about someone else, but it can also be about ourselves. So forgiveness is next. A drop of forgiveness, generally under the nose, while meditating on your personal growth, will help you find a calm acceptance of past experiences. So forgiveness. This blend is in sesame seed oil. And notice that it has rose essential oil in it. It has a sweetness to it. Really love it. Now, you may not be ready for forgiveness around whatever emotionally charged issue comes up. But using forgiveness will help you get to that place where you are ready to release whatever it is and move on. The next oil we use in this collection is present time. Present time. So again, present time can be diffused. a fairly simple blend. It's neroli, which is a citrus oil, spruce, a tree oil, and ylang ylang, again, in a base of almond oil. Present time is really about helping you be in the here and now. And this may just be an oil for you for help with focus. If you feel resistant to change, this could be very powerful for you. So present time, this is one simply to inhale. Next is release. Now, release can be a very powerful oil for people. It's generally applied over the liver. You'll just use a couple of drops, 1 or 2 drops. And again, you're going to want to rub your palms together and place it over the liver, which is below the ribs on the right-hand side of the body. You can also use the VitaFlex points on the feet if you're familiar with those charts. With certain areas of the feet corresponding to different organs of the body. So liver, you may have heard of some associations with emotions being stored in parts of the body, and liver is often associated with anger. So the blend release may help you release anger. If you have a fear of success, the blend of release may help you move past that. Again, this is a blend that I really did not like the aroma of when I first got started. I wanted to hold on to my anger and frustration. I'm ready to let all that go now. It doesn't serve anyone. And the next oil is Inner Child. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful blend with citrus oils. If you've heard Gary Young talk about this blend, it's all oils that will remind you of childhood, and yet precious oils with sandalwood in there. Oils so that you know that you're worth it, with a high value in them. So Inner Child, the crown of the head, okay, and let it open the pathway to your inner self. If past experience have closed to the voice of your inner child, the sweet fragrance of this blend may stimulate memory responses that allow you to reconnect with your authentic self. Often, you know, so many of our emotional messages become encoded when we're children, things that we can't process just because we don't have the emotional understanding when we're children. So reconnecting with who you are, your inner child. It's a beautiful blend. Now, the oils in it, if you were to use them separately as vitality oils, you know, I don't know if you would consider this a topical or internal use. I consider it a topical use, right? Because the mouth is actually kind of external. So there used to be a protocol of just putting your thumb in your mouth and sucking it with the drop of Inner Child to remind you of being a child. And then the last oil is to close, again, with Valor. And that seals this process. Applying it to the back of the neck in a clockwise motion and acknowledging all that you've learned through this process and affirming that you're ready to move forward with courage and confidence. So this can be a very, very powerful protocol for you. And I encourage you to put on some gentle music, some subtle lighting, give yourself a place of peace, perhaps have a journal with you so you can jot down some thoughts as you work through these oils and through this process. Let's see. Does anyone have any questions about that process before we move forward? Have any of you experienced that protocol before? Have you used the oils in that way? No? Well, it's really beautiful, and I encourage you to do that. If you have a big reference book, you'll also find a whole chapter in there about using oils for emotional support, and there is a much longer protocol with several more oils. And the purpose of that is to go as far as you feel you would like to. Know that when you're working with essential oils, nothing's going to come up for you that you're not ready to address. So don't be concerned that you're suddenly going to be faced with full-on memories that are too painful to process. The oils will only help you recall and balance things that you're ready to work with. So know that it's a very, very gentle process. All right. Now, if you do not have the feelings kit, that's okay, because there are 3 awesome, beautiful, powerful oils in the Premium Starter Kit. And those are lavender, stress away, and frankincense. How interesting that almost all of us mention those oils. And there is a beautiful, simple technique for them. You take 1 drop of each in the palm of your hand, rub your palms together, and inhale slowly for 30 seconds. And allow yourself to release any negative emotions. While you're doing that, use powerful affirmations. Here are some of those I am affirmations that I was mentioning before. I am calm. I am happy. I am capable. I am strong. I am loved. Beautiful. Consider, if you have them, adding release, transformation. What a beautiful oil. Again, or the feelings collection to your next order so that you can enhance this process. I just wanted to call to your attention a couple of brand new products. One is this Gentle Mist Personal Diffuser. So you can have a 30-second aromatherapy experience with this Gentle Mist Diffuser. It is battery operated. In the holiday catalog, it comes with a 5 milliliter bottle of lavender essential oil. You can also purchase it without the essential oil. This is part of the permanent collection, permanent offerings from Young Living. They also have a fidget spinner, an aroma spinner. So, you know, I know some schools have banned these because kids are just maybe getting a little disruptive with them, but this is actually a very powerful tool. If you find yourself experiencing feelings of anxiety, you may really benefit from using one of these aroma spinners. You see it has little discs. You put the essential oil on those little discs and allow it to absorb, and then give it a spin and let it do its thing for you. So you get an aromatherapy experience while you also get that release of letting your hands move. In the holiday catalog, it comes with the Blend Genius, which is really gorgeous. It also happens to be one of the more expensive blends. So just know, if you're interested in the aroma spinner itself, that's also available separately, and it's under $15. You can also buy replacement pads. You can get a kit that has 3 sets of pads in it, and they are designed to reflect the different oils, the different kinds of oils, the citrus, the tree oils, so that you can remember which oil you put on the pad. It's not recommended that you use the same pad for more than one oil. So I don't know, maybe you haven't heard this yet. This is an old protocol called Gary's Happy Protocol, which Gary Young first taught at a class in 1994, and that's even well before my time with Young Living. But it's valor on the soles of the feet, harmony over the solar plexus, joy over the heart, and white angelica. So this is very similar to the protocol that I used. I kept joy out of it because I didn't like joy. But those are the oils that I used when I first got started, and really, really helped me shift myself emotionally and feel much more balanced. So for helping friends get started, you guys know it's so simple, and maybe think of it as a good, better, best. When you're helping friends get started, it's great. If they want to get started as a retail customer, they can purchase whatever oil they want. They're going to be paying 24% more, but it's a good way for people that just maybe want one oil. Maybe they just want a bottle of Stress Away. That's totally cool. It's all right. A better option would be for them to get started with one of our premium starter kits, because they get a beautiful selection of oils. And in the case of working with balancing and maintaining healthy, balanced emotions, a diffuser is so helpful. So the premium starter kit is really a better option. And then the best option is to get started with the premium starter kit and being on our Essential Rewards program right from the beginning, because they can start with that first step. Maybe they start with the Thieves essential rewards kit so that they're starting to green the outsides, greener products for cleaning your home, great toothpaste, hand soap, waterless hand purifier. A lot of those products that will help them kick those toxins to the curb. They get their premium starter kit, and they're already earning points in our essential rewards program right from the beginning. I mean, how awesome is that? Where else can you start getting 10% back right from your very first purchase? And we also have those fun loyalty awards at 3, 6, 9, and 12 months. So you get a special oil. I don't know. I hope you all got your loyalty essential oil. Oh my goodness. That is a beautiful oil. So I would consider that the best option. I hope you already are familiar, and maybe you've even already received your goodies for October. Young Living offers us beautiful free products with our purchases. It's been going on for quite a while now, so I assume it's going to continue. Just for being in the Essential Rewards program, you will get a 5 milliliter cinnamon bark with your 100 PV purchase, and you see it goes all the way up to, with your 300 PV purchase, you get all of these goodies, which are perfect for the fall. There's that Digize. This is for topical use. Remember, with the colored label, that means put a drop on the soles of your feet or on your abdomen for comforting and soothing. Raven, beautiful in your diffuser, especially in the winter months. Breathe Again. Oh my goodness, we can't get through the winter without that guy. Here's some cinnamon bark oil. So delicious in your holiday recipes, your cranberry sauce, some of your favorite quick bread, your oatmeal, and of course super seed, great for supporting the immune system. So a really amazing offer in October. So you've just got another week or so to take advantage of that. This little guy just popped up today. How amazing is this? 20% off any of the oils. There are 8 oils here. You can purchase up to 3 of each of them. This is a quick order only, so this won't go into your Essential Rewards, so you won't be able to earn Essential Rewards points on it or use Essential Rewards points to purchase these, but 20% off, holy cow! Including thieves and peppermint, orange, lemongrass, grapefruit, lavender, eucalyptus radiata, and lemon. So this is awesome. It's just for a couple more days through the 26th that you can do that. So here are a couple more resources for you on this conversation about healthy, balanced emotions. Carolyn Mind's book, Releasing Emotional Patterns with Essential Oils. This book, The Aroma Freedom Technique by Dr. Benjamin Purkis, is one of my absolute favorites. You will be amazed at how powerful. And that's that combination of Stress Away, lavender, frankincense. It's a place to start. So this is our giveaway for tomorrow. If you haven't already commented on that post on our Facebook event with a GIF showing how you feel when you use your favorite oil, go out there and do that, because this is part of our giveaway for tomorrow. You're going to love it. And join us for that giveaway tomorrow. I'll be going live on our Facebook page at 1 o'clock Eastern, 12 Central for the drawing. You don't have to be there to win, but you'll certainly want to tune in to find out if you're the winner. Upcoming events in November. Believe it or not, I'm going to be doing a holiday cooking class online. I'm so excited. I have no idea how that's going to work, but I'm excited to give it a try. I love cooking with oils, and we'll share some simple tips on how to do that. And then in December, we're also going to be doing a make and take online. So that's going to be pretty cool and fun too. So I hope you'll join me for both of those. I really want to thank you all so much for taking time tonight to join me for this conversation. And I want to open up, we're a little over time, but I want to open up if you have any questions or anything that came up for you during the conversation tonight. I'd love to hear about it.
I am very thankful for you explaining the feelings kit, because I've never ordered it. I didn't really know what to do with it. So I have a few of the oils already just from recommendations from other leaders, but I will definitely get the rest of it together so I can use them all like you explained.
Oh, that's wonderful, Wendy. That's wonderful. Anything else anyone would like to share?
Just thank you very much. It was great. Enjoyed every minute of it.
Thank you, Leslie. Well, I wish you all a joyous holiday season. Get your diffuser going when the families come over. Oil up and have a wonderful holiday season. Thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Thank you, Tricia.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good night.
Night.
Good night.